The Royals, along with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City, are teaming up to shut out the stigma of behavioral health. And I'm joined today by Royals President of Baseball Operations, Dayton Moore. And Dayton, the time that we've been together, and probably more in the last 5 years or so, I've witnessed you invest a lot of resources into behavioral health and leadership. Almost, it seems, as important as the development as a player's skills. And why is that?
Well, it's so important, and I've learned in dealing with 16 to 25-year-olds pretty much my entire professional life, and now doing this where, we've had young coaches and instructors and front office executives, and then we've had individuals that have worked with us well into their 80s and now into our 90s, right? So it's a very diverse population, and it's fascinating really to do life with these individuals at all different levels. And but what I've learned is you have a very gifted, talented people, and oftentimes those gifts and those talents are blocked because of maybe choices that they make, personal things that they're dealing with, anxiety, depression, just some things that they're dealing with mentally. And so we've learned how important it is to come alongside of the entire player, the whole player, the entire aspect of the staff member, the coach, the instructor, the front office person, and just kind of help them navigate through life and deal with some of the things that they're dealing with. And what the other thing that I've learned is, we're all going to experience very similar things in life, just at different times. And so when you're with a group of people as much as we are, it's so important to have programs in place, people, experts dedicated to all aspects of their life, because I believe so deeply in developing the mind, the body, and the soul. And I hold true to this day that the teams and the organizations that develop their people the very best spiritually and mentally, and get the mental side of it and the spiritual side to line up, you're going to have more successful employees, more successful, consistent players. And so it's just very, very important that we understand that. And that's why, we've spent countless resources and time and building out our departments in ways that, again, come alongside of the whole person, if you will, and help meet them where they are.
So here's a leadership question for you that applies, I think, to anybody who's watching today in a leadership position. When do you identify this is a coaching moment in that the person in leadership needs to refine this person's skills? And when is it time that this is not about the skill, this is about the person, and I need just to sit down with this person and be more of a parent than a boss?
Yeah, great question. One of the things that I've observed, and I deal with this personally as well, oftentimes my attitude is reflected based on how I'm performing, right? And so I deal with that. But when you work with players and coaches and you see their attitude directly correlated to their performance, and they're not doing well, and they have difficulty managing through that, managing with failure, if you will, and it's natural for us to deal with it in a negative way at times, but that can't be the consistent way you deal with it. I mean, so when you fail and you make mistakes and you're frustrated, you've got to figure out how to come up with a plan of improvement to get better, develop your skill differently, make the proper adjustments on the field, make the proper adjustments in the office. And so if you have trouble doing that because of your attitude or because of your mindset, if you will, then I think it's time for you to step in and confront someone in a loving way, in an encouraging way, in a very supportive way, and begin to try to navigate through why a person is acting the way they are. And it's no different when I watch a Major League Baseball game and a player does not run hard from home to first. The first thing I ask the player or Mike Matheny is he hurt? And if he's not hurt, then why isn't he giving his best effort? So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. And when our employees are not necessarily performing up to par, they're late for work, maybe they're reacting instead of responding to things, they're snippety, they're emotional, and they're not performing well at their job, the first thing I ask is, okay, is there something going on at home? Sick child, sick mother, is maybe their relationship with their spouse uneasy, or is this job, the demands of this job, dividing a wedge between them and their family and the people they love? And so usually if they're not performing in the workplace, has something to do with what's happening in their personal life. Because in all these years of leadership and dealing with people, it's very hard to separate the two. Your personal life does leak into your professional life, and your professional life leaks into your personal life. And no matter how you try to separate it, it often does. And that's why it's so important for us as colleagues and teammates to recognize those warning signs in the people that we care about and the people we work with, because this is a team. And we're only as strong as the weakest link. And we've got to come alongside of each other and embrace each other's weaknesses and build each other up and encourage them and be understanding and supportive to one another.
Dayton, that's great stuff.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information, go to shutoutthestigma.com.